Hello, everybody, and welcome to our 200th episode of your favorite podcast where we're double the topics, double the hosts, and double the fun. And I'm Alan.
I'm Dan.
Oh, that was deafening. And I'm Sarah.
Oh, and I gotta get creative. And I'm Charity.
Okay, got it.
Poor Parsons.
Thank you,
And
Parsons.
that was Parsons. So if you've been following us for the past 200 episodes, Parsons is a pink flamingo. Maybe some would call a dog toy, but for us,
He is our friend.
He is our friend.
Someone call
And he's been along for the ride.
like the label that came with him.
I think the dollar store would also call him a dog toy.
So with this being our 200th episode, we have all kinds of famous 200 facts. Just fun facts. We're having fun.
Well, we don't have
Facts about 200, not 200 facts. Yeah, this would be like a 3-part episode if we did.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that.
Just run through the list real quick.
Let's go. Charity, you got a 200 fact?
I do. So this is very nice. I think everyone will be encouraged hearing this. So the meaning of 200. 200 is a sign of encouragement that all of your hard work and dedication will be fully rewarded.
Aww.
It's an abundance of success and wealth that's coming your way, provided that you keep doing what you love and stay true to your higher purpose. The universe is reminding you to stay focused, stay confident, and persistent on your path.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a
whether
great
it's-
way to start off the podcast.
We should have had some like music in the background.
Yeah, some triumphant music. We'll have to fix that in the edit. The American flag waving behind me and everything.
Fireworks.
Brings a tear to your eye. I think
Children's crying.
Dan was getting choked up over there.
He was.
Yeah, he was about to cry.
Contain himself. I mean, I would say just as a general thing, I think that is encouraging. The fact that we're still here 200 episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You know, I mean, I can't say. Well, I guess I can say I figured we would make it to this point, but I think it's also the fact that we are actually here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, triple. I mean, we hit triple digits back in 100, but 100 is a big deal. But like, we're 100 past
200 is
that.
an even bigger deal.
Yeah. So at least for me, I think that's a pretty big feat.
Yeah.
That we've all.
We survived COVID. We just survived Dan leaving and coming back.
We survived Dan.
We survived. Yeah, we just survived Dan.
But yeah, we've gone through a lot in 4 years. Yeah, we're about to hit our 4-year anniversary as well as our 200th episode.
Yeah.
So two really big things. That'll be season 21, so we're officially an adult. You know, we can.
We're 4 years old, but we're also 21.
We're also 21.
Dog years.
I'm going to start drinking while we record.
We're 21 in Parson years.
What do you mean start? We're not supposed to the whole time?
Let me tell you something else.
What do you think else Arnold Palmer's were that I had?
Exactly. Those were some tall cans. Right. Tall cans.
So yeah, what you got, Alan?
Well, 200 years ago, in July of 1824, let me start that off.
You've been starting the Arnold Palmer's a little bit earlier.
All right. 200 years ago, 1824, July 27th, the birth of Alexandre Dumas, the French writer, wrote The Three Musketeers and The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Have you read them?
Yes.
I haven't read them. I watched the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does that count?
Slacker.
It always bothered me that there were 4 musketeers in the movie. I never understood. It's like, it's the 3 musketeers and
Yeah.
D'Artagnan.
And D'Artagnan.
And I'm just like, it's 4.
It's all about an intern trying to join the corporate world of
Yeah.
one for all.
Musketeerism.
You know? Musketeerism.
Well, that's the other thing, too, because they're the Three Musketeers, but they're known for their fencing and their rapier work. You know? they're not on the front lines, you know, getting mowed down with their muskets, their blunderbusses.
Actually, that is a valid yes, but the clothing is nice, right? Very flashy.
The
very,
tunics.
Well,
right.
that but like, you know, at least on the movies, stereotypically they have the big hats with the
You're
plumes.
just thinking of Gene Kelly and June Allison.
See, the
Yeah, or even the Michael York version.
The one we watched was the Kiefer Sutherland and Chris O'Donnell and Oliver Platt.
It was
Familiar with that one.
It was either that one with Gene Kelly or it's the one, Charlton Heston played Cardinal Richelieu, I think. And so, yeah, I guess I'm to like the epic versions.
They have a new version out that I really want to see that's in French. It's like a French production. They did
really?
a two-parter, and it's called D'Artagnan, and then the second one's called Milady.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it streaming?
It's not. Well, I don't think it is yet. It came out in France last year, and then it came out here in theaters last December, I think, for part one.
Oh,
and then
how did I
part
miss
two is
that?
supposed to come
Yeah.
out this
It
year.
wasn't dubbed yet.
It's got Vincent Cassel in it and Eva Green.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Oh.
nice.
It looks good.
I'm surprised
Sounds
I
great.
missed that one.
It must
Cool.
be just some very select theaters because I don't know if I don't think I saw
Well,
it
obviously,
promoted.
Dan saw it. So
I saw the trailer for it back in like the spring of last year, and then I was like, "Yay!" And it was like in France only, and I was like, "Boo!" Because I'll go see a movie with subtitles.
Well, raise our moods. Do you have a 200 fun fact?
In fact, I do.
Okay.
In 200 BC, the building of the Great Wall of China was started.
It was started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't say when it ended.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just completed last
It was
year.
They
just
broke
one,
ground.
one little
right.
stone. That's the
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
They're like
start.
They're like one rock. Oh man, 80 million to go. Have you guys ever? I've always wanted to see it like in person.
Well, yeah, I think everybody wants to.
Yeah.
I want to say, have any of you actually
No.
ventured out
No,
to?
I've never been to China.
No.
Yeah.
No.
How long is it? The
It's a little ways.
yeah. Oh, thanks, Dan.
it's
a little ways.
So helpful.
Stretch. I've seen it on my Apple TV because the screensaver that comes up every
Yeah,
once in a
yeah,
while. I'm
yeah,
like, look at it go.
Let's see what Mr. Google has for us. The
Siri,
great-
how long is the Great Wall of China?
and then she'll say the same thing. Oh, it's
pretty long.
Pretty
Yeah.
long.
Pretty long.
I get
not
my
bad.
information from Dan.
Could be longer.
Let's see, Great Wall of China.
I'm gonna.
Not long enough to keep the Mongols out.
No. Yeah.
For historical.
A border joke.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, it started the early 7th century BC, of course. It doesn't say.
Well, that says that it's early 700.
Oh, 700. I probably read that wrong.
No, 7th century.
This said 200 BC.
That's a
yeah.
200. See,
No.
man,
Oh, okay, so
I'm
the
You
telling
can't trust my facts.
You can't trust anything.
I made that
This
up.
guy said.
oh, sorry guys, we didn't
Wait,
get in time.
wait. Maybe it's like a lot of construction projects, right? The idea
that's
started
right.
in 200 BC.
right. The
Then it
plans
took them
began.
another 400 BC to actually hire.
Gotta
and
read
company.
All they had was just orange cones, like lighting the Great Wall where it was supposed to be.
Some politician went out there and like banged a thing of champagne on the ground and was like, "We're gonna start," or stuck a shovel in there.
Gotta sell a lot of cupcakes.
So if it takes that long with all the cones, who are we to complain about construction?
Kellogg.
Yeah, exactly.
So it says
With a flyover.
It says that in 2012, based on existing research, the Great Wall Associated had 10,051 wall sections, 1,764 trenches, 29,510 individual buildings, 2,211 fortifications. These are big numbers. I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, but there's thousands of. So it's the Great Wall. It's
The Great Wall is very great.
yeah. It's almost like that's like a city town. Like it probably covers like
it was
whole,
like individual citadels.
yeah.
It is weird that if you do a Google search for how long is the Great Wall of China, it just doesn't tell you.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, you would
Nobody
think
knows.
there would just be
Yeah.
a number that
Yeah.
comes up.
Even if it's wrong, we would have been like, yeah, sure.
So
So Google did what Dan did.
Yeah.
Do you measure in
Yeah.
meters? Do you measure in miles?
exactly.
But I
And
think
why is it always the same section that appears in all of the
all the
photos?
pictures.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that's the only part that's completed.
That's
That's,
all
why.
it is,
So there's still orange cones out there waiting for it to be completed.
So people just walk around it.
Oh, for walk around day.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
the longest holiday
Oh,
ever.
man. Well, here's something that did happen 200 years ago. In February 20th, William Buckland formally announces the name of Megalosaurus, the first scientifically validity? What is that?
Is it valid?
Valid?
It's validly?
Validity? Validly?
Scientifically validly named. Validly. I don't
I've
even know why
never
you use
used
that
that.
word.
I don't
think I've ever
I don't know why you
used
use
that
that word there.
All right. Well, he was the first. It was the first scientifically named non-avian dinosaur species, the Megalosaurus.
Megalodon.
Yeah. No, not the Megalodon. The Megalosaurus.
Megalosaurus.
Yeah, get it right, Dan.
It's all the mega whatever.
Wasn't the Dawn's had to do well. No, because the Brachiosaurus had long necks too. So I don't know what's the difference between a Dawn.
Well, one's a shark. The megalodon's a shark.
That's right.
So I don't know.
Well,
So that's oceanic.
Maybe it's oceanic.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess.
Okay.
It's a fishy.
Yeah, you know me with all my knowledge of things dinosaurs.
There you go.
We are the experts. Apparently, we don't know when the Great Wall of China was started. Don't know how long it is, and I can't tell the difference between a Megasaurus and a Megalodon. So
Which is why we call these fun facts. We don't call these like real
Factual facts.
Yeah.
There's nothing factual.
this is
there.
an encyclopedia cast.
Right. Not at all. Not
Go
at
find
all.
yourself a world book.
Yeah. This algorithm is broken. People. Broken.
What you got, Dan?
What do I have? I had one more. Yeah, that's right. So 200 miles a day was the average daily distance covered by the Pony Express in the U.S.
I did know that.
Yeah, it's the first east-west mail service.
Yeah.
Although, arguably not west-east, apparently. They didn't
Yeah.
go back that way. They went one
No,
way
just-
and then they were done.
Just one,
Yeah.
one back and forth.
That's how they kept people hiring. So they kept hiring people all the
That's
time. It was just like one-way trip.
Yeah.
That's also they didn't even stop. They would just like throw the letters.
That's right.
Grandma's doing great, and just start throwing letters at everybody.
I always think of the Postman when I think of Pony Express, and I have no idea why. Like the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Kevin Costner movie.
Yeah.
Did I ever see? I might have seen bits
For
and
anybody
pieces
that
like
saw it,
everything else.
I don't know if it's for me. You only watch it once and you're like, huh.
Yeah, that was good enough. That was good enough. No, it was like that in Waterworld. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what you were doing.
Okay.
It's an interesting choice.
We just spent millions of dollars in 2 hours to discover what would happen at the end of the world. There'd be one guy that would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep this going."
There's one guy who's just like, you know what I really miss? Mail. Bills.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old
It's just that
days.
value
Not a lot
pack that you
going
keep
on.
getting in your
Yeah.
mailbox. Things showing up. Coupons you never need.
But imagine back during the Pony Express days, where someone would just pull up on their horse and be like, "I need to tell you about your car's extended warranty,
Exactly.
or your horse's extended warranty,"
Yeah, exactly.
and then they would just gallop away.
Yeah,
Just gallop away.
that's right.
I imagine the first person that rode up to somebody's house with like a letter and be like, hey, I have something for you. They were like, you get out of here. I don't know you.
But when it's a value pack full of $500 worth of savings,
It's a renewal by Anderson for your roof, for your windows.
exactly.
Anderson is like right there, actually building the windows to the log cabins.
What do you got, Charity? You got another 200?
No, I just
That
had
was-
that. Mine started us off with a note of positivity.
Yeah. Now, I have one more bit of
Okay,
200
one more.
facts. Each dandelion flower produces 200 seeds.
Now, how do we know that? Does someone actually sit there and count?
I think they do.
Were there little pair
Really?
of tweezers?
I think.
Yeah,
they do.
yeah. 1, 2.
Yeah.
My question is,
Yeah.
did they count just one, or did they count like a sample size of them? You know, like,
yeah.
do they have to like count them a bunch of times and be like, hey, it's pretty accurate, 200 each time?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I
Maybe
figured
they had to count 200 dandelions to see how many are in each one.
Well, if it goes too far over, it becomes a dandy tiger. So it's no.
Oh my gosh.
That that was terrible, Alan. Do better.
Dandelion.
It completely changed. It went from lion to tiger.
Tigers are bigger.
I just like the idea of a dandy tiger. It's a very posh British tiger.
yeah, little monocle.
No, but basically it'd be what's his name from Jungle Book? It would be him, George Sand.
Mowgli.
No.
Bagheera.
No, what are you talking? Bagheera?
Bagheera. Is it Bagheera?
Yeah, but he's Panther.
Is that a
No,
panther?
no, what
Oh, Shere Khan.
Thank you.
Sure.
The one,
Oh, okay. Well, you said that
Mowgli.
guy.
Mowgli was a
There's
tiger.
only one guy in the story. You know all those other guys
Mowgli's
that
walking
in the
around like,
Jungle
"Wow."
Book. Yeah, that was raised by other guys.
That's right.
You know.
No, what I
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
Actually,
All right.
actually got me going. No, I mean we didn't. I didn't have honestly looking up facts about 200 was so difficult that it didn't involve mathematical formulas.
You couldn't find 200 facts about 200.
She had trouble finding too.
No, there were 200 facts, but it was all like 200 is the such and such integer using the formula of 3 to the third power plus b, and I'm like, how do we have a discussion?
Everybody knows the story of the 300 Spartans, but it was the 200
It's
Spartans that survived after day 3. They were real tough.
So now that we've run out of 200 facts, I'm going to spend the rest of the episode summarizing the Postman for you because you haven't seen it.
Well, just give us a synopsis of it.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I will say we will have to fill time because we're only 12 minutes into the podcast.
Oh, we're only 12 minutes?
That's what I'm saying. So once there was a guy named Kevin Costner.
Act 1, Scene 1, Page 1. No, I mean, the other thing I was going to say, like I said, this is a big deal for us that we hit 200. So I guess for us as a group, we've made it to this point. I guess it's kind of similar to when we were talking about near the end of the year, we do our year in review, talking about what we've improved and how far we've come. Because I know for me, I don't know if you guys do, but because I end up becoming the dictionary encyclopedia of the podcast group, sometimes just to see how far we've come, sometimes I listen to our old episodes.
Oh, I can't do that.
Just because, well, one, sometimes I'm like, you know what, we were pretty funny back then. And I know that sounds really miraculous now, but we've come a long way. And then when I introduce people to the podcast, if they want to listen to it, and then they're actually brave enough to start at episode 1. And so, one, we apologize in advance because we've improved over the past 4 years. But I still like the fact that, me personally, I don't mind listening to 200 episodes of us, and I'm not tired.
So if you're going on a 200-mile road trip, actually, that's not even that far.
Also, that'd be one podcast a minute. What are you listening at? 2.5 times speed?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to ask, since we have hit the 200 mark, how have you as an individual, how you think you've improved in terms of podcasting?
I don't know yet. You all have hit 200. I'm at 170.
Oh, that's true. Of the few that you've been present for, Dan. I think, okay, I'll say, I feel like both of you guys have improved a lot, just from but definitely you at most, because when you first started, you were, I mean, not that you're not mellow now, but you were just yeah, I'm Dan. And
he didn't have his Arnold Palmers at the beginning.
That's right.
Oh, maybe that's why. That liquid courage he didn't have before.
Yeah. So I thought I've gotten more depressed and self-deprecating as it's gone on.
I think maybe, but the sarcasm has gone up. So
it's probably just from being around us. We're contagious.
I was like, he's introverted, but I think he's been around us in order for some of that to come out just a little bit.
I think the first time Dan kind of came out of his shell a little bit is when we played our first season-ending game.
Yeah.
And you got a little bit competitive. Yeah, you got a little competitive. I was like, oh, okay, Dan's very, very lively today.
The games are fun, yeah.
The games are a lot of fun. And we play stuff that might not necessarily work audibly.
Like sound charades.
See previous 2 episodes. But I think he's improved a lot, and also you have too, Alan.
Well, thank you.
I think
your dad jokes are getting a little bit better after 4 years.
As they should.
I think we've all gotten pretty comfortable being in front of the microphone more, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do the podcast, so I could be more confident talking in front of the mic.
So really, this was all for her, and we just came along for the ride. Sarah didn't care about any of us. She's like, I need to improve myself, but I don't want to do it alone.
So we'll just drag 3 other people along.
Yeah.
For 4 years to do it. So, and I think you've improved a lot too, Charity, as someone that's related to me. And
I feel like we're at the end of The Wizard of Oz, and you were there, and you were there.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I enjoy it. I like the fact that people still are able to identify us and are like, "Hey, your voice sounds familiar. Do you have a podcast?"
That is really weird. When someone was like, "I've heard your voice before," I'm like, "I have never seen you before in my life. I don't know where you're hearing my voice." But then I remember that it's online everywhere.
I guess I have to go out in public in order to meet people.
Leave the house, Dan.
That's right.
Step 1.
Oh man.
That's true. Yeah, like I said, once we get famous and we do live episodes, and then we'll have to have a panel. Yeah, and then we'll be in front of actual humans.
Sarah's got us on Jimmy Fallon already.
I wouldn't be random guest on some late night TV show or something. So we'll do that. We'll actually have a reason to travel, and
Dan has a reason to leave the house.
That's right.
So, but anyway, this was just extra 10 minutes of me talking.
Wait, how do you think you've improved?
Oh, well, like I said, a lot of it was being on the mic more, because I know I wanted to work on that. And then just being more confident, because I know I'll have to be in front of people more. And so even though there's only 4 of us here, the audio goes out to whoever has internet access.
Whoever's got ears.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Practicing the gift of gab.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Yeah, learning how to keep the conversation going, and even if it does die or does taper, you're still able to pick it up and stuff.
Sure.
Like a normal conversation, but with microphones in front of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just for me. It's just learning just to be more comfortable with my voice. Because, and for all of us, we've all edited episodes at one point, and you get to hear yourself, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, do I actually sound like that?" But now I've kind of gotten used to the way I sound. I think I sound pretty good.
I did like manipulating Dan's voice in the episode I wrote for him, where like he shrank.
Yes,
He was supposed to be like 2 inches tall.
We
that
need
was
some
a
more-
favorite
we
of
need to do
mine.
some more of those where we shrink ourselves into microscopic so we can play around with vocal things.
Get into the quantum realm. Well, thank you everybody for
Yes.
joining us on this ride so far. We are at 200 episodes, and
Yay.
Sarah, let them know where they can listen to this episode and others.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'll have Parsons give it to us.
Okay.
Hey, language.
Yeah. Come on.
Not Nick's company. I'll go ahead and translate for him. I'll give you the clean version.
Okay.
So guys, we have officially hit 200. We're at the 200th episode, so please everyone binge listen to all 200. It won't take terribly long, just a few hours. But do that. Check us out on all the different podcast platforms, of course, and we're available on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Double Stuff Podcast, and of course on Twitter X at Double Stuff P, and that's the letter P. Yay! Very nice.